Hey team, we have already covered a lot of techniques that has been commonly used by the threat actors to achieve their initial access tactics, right? Um, so this one is also an important one. The threat actors will be using the simple vulnerabilities to exploit the organization, and they can easily do a initial access in the organization. So this one is also one of important thing. Uh, so today we are going to cover one of the vulnerability that was going to a Jenkins exploitation. uh, so this one is pretty simple. It's like an CLI command prompt. So that has been opened in Jenkins. So this vulnerability related to you can execute any kind of arbitrary commands into the Jenkins server. So if you can execute any kind of command inside the Jenkins server, so you can execute the malicious C2 based commands, right? So the thing which we are going to do today, that's the one. So this is the things which I have selected, the country IN India and the HTTP title that belongs to Jenkins. We are going to use the Jenkins exploitations and we are going to compromise the organization. So you can select any kind of server, but in this video I have selected one. Okay, let's execute some command. Okay, so this is the script console. So don't try this in outside because it's an illegal activity. If I give if config, you can see there is uh, you can you can see the result of the if config. And if I give the cat slash etc slash passwd, so this file usually contains the usernames and password for the machine. So it was giving the result for etc password, and if I give netstat dash tulnt, if I execute this command, I can understand what are the listening ports and PID of a program, so the local address, what are the things that has been connected. So you can execute any command, right? Any commands, right? Like arbitrary commands or any commands you can execute basically. So the threat actors taking the advantages of this kind of vulnerability, and they will try to exploit the machine. So you need to be very careful when you are dealing with the defense related activities. So this is like a small misconfiguration that has been happened in the Jenkins server that leads to a big exploitation, that leads to a ransomware, that leads to any possible malware, right? So you have to be really very careful. So when you are configuring any kind of servers, you need to bring your application up to date. If your application was still vulnerable, they can able to use any kind of any vulnerabilities like RCE or arbitrary command injection, OS command injections, and they can have a capability to compromise your assets. Okay. So one more thing, before ending the initial access sections, like the threat actors will not deliver the malwares directly into any machine. So that's not a possible thing. For example, so there is a defender, Windows Defender was protecting, and EDRs, antivirus softwares will be there. So if you send any kind of like third-party files or any kind of malware, so this defense mechanism can easily identify that, and they can easily delete the malware file from the machine, right? So because the antivirus softwares and defender have a capability have a enough capability to detect any kind of files which you are sending. So you needs to be choose any kind of methods that we have discussed previously, like exploiting the SQL, or any kind of vulnerabilities, or any kind of brute forcing, RDP, VPN, firewall, proxy. So you have to select this initial access, because it will not create an alert. The antivirus software will not have a capabilities to detect that. So you have to be really concerned about that. Okay, so exploiting and getting the reverse connection is pretty simple. You have to This is the code. You have to execute this code in the console which we have executed, and here you can find public IP. Here, this is the public IP of yours. This is your public IP, and once you execute before executing the command, just open the Kali Linux or any Linux, and open the listening port. Okay, so triple four. And so once you get a open port, get listen, and then you can execute this command, and you can get a reverse connection. So I'm not going to do that, because this thing is really illegal activity. So please don't go for any kind of exploitations. Okay, so thanks for listening, and I hope you have a clear understanding about initial access. We can continue our session in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.